Now, the two types of lenses are converging lens or convex lens and diverging lens or concave lens. Concave is part of two spheres. A lens is part of two spheres. Suppose if you are taking from one part only, suppose the lens is like this or the other way like this. This is called as plano convex. This lens like this and concave surface inside like this. This is concavo convex lens. Same way, this is if you are drawing like this and this is coming like this. This convexo concave lens. So, and only one part when you are taking like this, one part only is coming. This is plano concave. So, double convex, double concave. Plano convex, plano concave. Concavo convex, convexo concave. These are different types. Important terms are, since these are a part of two spheres, exactly at the middle, we will be drawing a line which is known as axis. The midmost point of this axis is known as optical center. And from this optic center till where you are drawing the center of this sphere is called as center of curvature for this sphere, and this sphere is center of curvature, and it is C1, C2. Ray diagrams. This will form 5 types of ray diagrams, really inverted, and one is virtual erect. So total 6 images will be formed, whereas concave lens forms only one kind of image from infinity to infinite position. That is from long distance till nearer to the lens, only one type of image, that is virtual erect and diminished. Now, in this first, suppose this is called as converging because to the lenses. Now, if you consider a convex lens, this is part of two spheres. So, when you are drawing a line in the middle, then this is called as axis. Exactly the midmost point of this axis is known as optical center, and it is designated by O. Now, the center of this sphere is called as center of curvature of this sphere, and it is designated by C1, and center of this sphere is C2. Now, the line which is passing through all these points is known as principal axis. Now, when you are drawing the ray diagrams, suppose this is the principal axis, this is O, and all the rays which are coming parallel in this will be, after refraction, comes and converges at a point on the other side. That point is known as principal focus or focal point. This is designated by F1, and the center of curvature will be the double to this. This is 2F1. Then on this side also, this sphere also, when we are labeling, this is F2 and this becomes 2F2. Now, if for example, if this lens you have taken and just from the source you just focus the light, all will be coming, placing near a paper, it will burn the paper because it focuses at a point. So this is also known as converging lens. Now, in case of concave lens, all the rays which are coming parallel to this principal axis, they will be diverging. This way they will be refracting. When you extend these lines, you will be getting the diverging point. all the rays which are parallel to this principal axis seems to diverge from concave lens and seems to converge at a point in case of convex lens. So convex lens is also known as converging lens and concave lens is also known as a diverging lens. Now coming to here, infinity to infinite. This is position of object. Then it forms only one kind of image, that is virtual, erect, always smaller, the size of the object so diminished. Whereas in case of this convex lens, 6 types of images will be formed for the object at different positions. In that 5 are real, inverted, 1 is virtual, erect and highly magnified. Highly magnified image will be formed. So you can equalize this convex lens with concave mirror, whereas concave lens to convex mirror. What are the rules? Now, always the rays which are parallel to the principal axis goes through focal point. Always which are parallel to the principal axis goes through the focus. Otherwise, if it is going through the focus, suppose the ray is going through the focus, suppose this is, suppose the ray from the object is going through the focus. Suppose if the ray is going through focus, it goes parallel to the principal axis. So this is incident ray, this is the refracted ray. Suppose the parallel rays to the principal axis goes through the focus, whereas if from the object the rays are coming and moving through the lens, they goes parallel to the principal axis. Next, if any ray is going through the optic center from the object, it retraces, passes through. There is no, whichever is going through the parallel to it, it goes and meets at the focus. Suppose if it is through the focus, it goes parallel to the principal axis. Now, the image formations at different positions. At F1, suppose if it is in between, beyond F2, it will be at 2F1, and if it is in between F1 and 2F1, then it will be beyond 2F2, and if it is, it will be at 2F1, vice versa, because this is a transparent medium. Then in between 2F2 and F2, it will be beyond 2F1, and it is F2, it will be at infinity, and in between optic center and focal length, it will be forming only, this is the virtual image, using only one position, that is virtual, erect and magnified. Suppose this is F1, 2F1, F2, 2F2. Now object is in between these two, between optic center and F1. Then the ray will be like this, goes through, another ray should be through optic center. Now where the image should form, these two lines you extend, where they will be meeting, yeah. So highly magnified, highly, so this way, and this is highly magnified, virtual, erect, highly magnified image will be formed in case of convex lens. Here in finite position, it goes like this. So the ray will be like this, and another ray goes through this optic center where it is formed here. The image will be formed here. This is the diagram, ray diagram. Virtual ray diagrams basing on the rules, one should be parallel to the principal axis, one should go through the principal focus, one should be through the optic center. Optic center, it retraces parallel to the principal axis, goes through the focal point, and passing through the focal point should go parallel to the principal axis, and where the intersection point will be coming, there the image will be formed. Now seeing for this, object is beyond 2f1, beyond 2f, so we have given, instead of this you can give f1 and 2f1, this is f2 and 2f2, or c1 c2, here 2c1 2c2, and this is optic center O. Now object is beyond 2f1, and the ray which is parallel to the principal axis is passing through the focus, and the ray which is passing through the optic center, it retraces, or it is in the same line it goes, then which is passing through the focus, it is parallel to the principal axis. So the intersection point, the image will be formed. So you can catch on the screen, this is a real inverted diminished image. When it is beyond, object is beyond 2f1, the image will be formed between f and 2f, and it is diminished real inverted image. All the blue lines represents the incident rays, and red lines the refracted rays, and the point of intersection with the green where the image will be formed. So same diagram for 3, beyond 2f1, the incident rays, refracted rays, and the image will be smaller than the object, and it is real inverted forms between f and 2f. From infinity, they all after refraction converge at a point that is known as principal focus or focal point. So this is a diminished, highly diminished real image will be formed. Is converging lens rays which are parallel to the principal axis coming from the infinity object forms the image at focal point, converges at focal point, real inverted diminished. Point size beyond 2f1, in between f2 and 2f2, and the image is real inverted and diminished. Real inverted and diminished beyond 2f1. Now when at 2f1, when it is at 2f1, the image will be formed at 2f2 and of the same size, same like a concave mirror only, but here passing through the optical device, they are reflecting back, because this is refraction, that is reflection. Next, in between 2f1 and f1, beyond 2f1, real magnified. Then at f1, it is at infinity and highly magnified. Then coming to between optic center and f1, virtual, erect, highly magnified image will be formed. Now in tabular form, see, first we have seen object location is at infinity, it is forming at f2, and real inverted point size highly diminished at 2, beyond 2f1, in between 2f2 and f2, real inverted diminished. And at 2f1 it will be forming at 2f2 real inverted same size. Then after that between 2f1 and f1 beyond 2f2 real inverted and magnified. At f1 at infinity real inverted and highly magnified. These are all the real images, 5 types, and in between f1 and optic center the same side it will be virtual, erect and magnified image. Wavelengths are equivalent to convex mirror. Wherever the object will be, it will be always forms diminished, virtual, erect image. Now the extended lines, dotted lines, parallel to the principal axis from infinity object. After refraction, they diverge. So extend those two lines and the image will be formed at f1 diminished, virtual, erect. Now you bring it front of that, again you draw the ray diagram, still diminished image, virtual, erect. So from infinity to infinite position in front of a concave lens, the image will be virtual, erect and diminished. Now in the tabular form we have seen two locations. One is infinity object and beyond infinity and 0 positions you bringing near by near, anywhere at any point it will be forming virtual, erect, highly diminished and diminished images only. Coming to the lens formula. Lens formula is 1 by v minus 1 by u is equals to 1 by v minus 1 by u is equals to 1 by f. The lens formula between the object distance, image distance and focal length. Then what is magnification? Magnification is about the size. Magnification is equals to v by u, or height of the image by height of the object, whereas magnification in case of mirrors is minus v by u. Here v by u and or height of the image by height of the object. Now coming to the power of a lens. Power of a lens is nothing but the reciprocal of focal length, that is 1 by f in meters. So meter inverse. The SI unit of power is diopter. 1 diopter is nothing but the lens whose power is 1 meter inverse is called as 1 diopter. Now coming to the applications of or uses of spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors are usually used in the visual aids, that is spectacles, binoculars, magnifying glasses and telescopes. See, this is the cameras, glasses basing on the powers, and in the microscope also the lens, concave and convex lens is used, mostly convex lens, and convex lens is used to in the spectacles for presbyopia as well as hypermetropia, that is long sightedness, and in the cameras also. Even now in case of mobile camera also convex lens will be there. Then in the binoculars and in microscopes. Now coming to the applications of concave lens in the telescopes, some binoculars also, glasses for presbyopia as well as in case of myopia, that is short sightedness. In peepholes, that is for the doors they will be keeping peepholes, for that concave lenses will be used. And in the lasers, concave lenses. In the flashlights, concave lenses are used.